Welcome everyone to this month's Astrocolorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. So the idea of the Astrocolorscope is that in a moment I'm going to dip my hands into this bag of crystals, take 3 crystals for your star sign, individual star sign, and then I'll throw those crystals into a group of the 12 houses just to see where they land. Then I'm going to read the energy of the crystal, the color of the crystal, where the crystals landed, and I'm also going to take a bead from this bag to have an extra little bit of color or whatever else wants to come up from that bag, and I'll take a card from the Voyager deck tarot, and these cards are collages. So what I want you to do then is take a look at the card that comes up for you and see what most attracts you in that card. Then ask yourself, what does that mean? And see what the message is that comes to you. So it's a little bit more individual. So before we get started though on that part of our Astrocolorscope, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the aspects that are coming up this month for July. So the first of the month, between the 1st and the 3rd, it's kind of a little bit exciting because Venus is conjunct Jupiter. Venus is the planet of love, of course, and Jupiter is a planet of expansion and joy and luck. So these two planets are coming together. It's almost like they're giving each other a hug or a big fat kiss, you know. So there's a sense that there's joy that's coming up in relationships, happiness that's coming up. Your heart is being fulfilled. And also at the same time, there's a Uranus and Mercury aspect that's coming in. So you can expect the unexpected. Communications are filled with love. Then on the 2nd of July, there's a full moon in Capricorn as well. And with this, there's a Sun trine Neptune all at the same time. So it's like the universe is saying, let's have a great time at the beginning of July. This is a fabulous time to fulfill your heart's desires. So it's a great time to get married. It's a great time to propose. It's a great time to fulfill whatever it is you want to achieve right now that is close to your heart, because of that Venus energy. It's bringing love into it. And Jupiter, of course, means that great opportunities are coming up. So this is a fabulous time to make your wishes. And, you know, even though the full moon is about a culmination and a completion, it's still a great time to make your wishes and just open up to the universe and to the abundance of the universe. There's also the sense of, you know, pursuing a vision as well. And especially with that Neptune energy, because Neptune is about the imagination. And with the Sun, there's a sense of light coming in. So a vision that may have been blocked, or imagination, or if you've had writing issues, then it's almost like a dam opens up and that energy flows through you so that then your vision can be expanded. You know exactly where you're going. Your imagination is really hot. So it's a great time to write as well. This is a good time to write, especially as Mercury is going in the right direction for a change, right? So it's a great time for creativity, and again for that passion, whatever you are passionate about right now. Then the beginning of the month is a perfect time to get that energy moving for you. On the 6th, there is a sun that the Sun is opposing Pluto, and then on the 9th, Mars is opposing Pluto. So with the Sun opposing Pluto, there's an intensity, because Pluto is an intense planet. It's an intense body. So it's almost like, you know, you don't always get what you want. There's a sense of a tantrum that's coming up with that Sun, because the Sun is, oh, everything's fabulous, everything's wonderful, and then Pluto comes up and says, well, it might not be, because you need to transform something, you need to change something, you need to look at what's going on in your life, and especially with that Mars energy coming up at the same time, almost at the same time. So it can be a little bit of an overbearing time between the 6th and the 9th of the month. It may be that, you know, anger is coming up a little bit more, energy is coming up to be cleansed. Anything that you've stuffed down there, like irritations or or grievances, that may start to kind of come to the surface. But at the same time, that is an energy dynamic as well, especially with the Sun and Mars. Very hot, very fiery, and you could use it to your advantage. So this could be a great time to get things moving, to get action and heat and passion behind whatever it is you've wanted to get off the ground. So it could be like a little rocket that's being set under you to get things moving. It doesn't have to be negative, doesn't have to be challenging. Then we have the new moon that's coming up in Cancer in the middle of the month on the 16th. Cancer is the home of the home, so it could be around that time that you could start to change things around your home, move your furniture around, just like I've been doing in my office. I've already gotten that energy, and it could well be that you start to plan parties and things that will be more home-based or family-based, connections with your family. So then July 25th, there is a big aspect, a big shift, and that is Venus going retrograde. So at the beginning of the month, we have this Venusian energy, and towards the end of the month, it's coming up again. And when it moves retrograde, it's really about, going inside, connecting again to what you most want, as opposed to looking outside of yourself at maybe relationships. So also around that time, Uranus is going retrograde, and Saturn is retrograde. It's been retrograde since March. So it's like three big planets, three big energies are all moving in reverse. So if we feel into that, if we feel into Venus, which is that planet of love, compassion, desire, joy, and excitement as well, that's in Venus, and all of that is going inside. Saturn is again in that reverse mode as well, so it's almost like you're having to look at what is really important to you. And Uranus going retrograde, it's always a planet of the unexpected, but because of that internal energy that's coming up, it could be that the rug gets pulled from underneath you a little bit, and so then energy has to emerge. So it feels like there's a strength that's coming from that. It doesn't feel negative. It feels like, in the immediate instance, it looks like it's negative, and then something shifts, and you can see a new strength, a new gift, a new talent that emerges from you. That's the sense of it for me anyway. It feels like it clears out the emotions, but to clear it out means that then you find this new ability. Right at the end of the month, there is another full moon. So this is a 2 full moon month. So this is in Aquarius, and with Aquarius, it's a little bit more intellectual. It's a little bit more mind oriented. So again, you have that kind of emotions that are going internally. That focus isn't on the internal life. So your emotions could be a little bit in turmoil because you don't quite know where they are. They're going inside, and then there's this Aquarian energy that's coming up, and it's like a thinking part. So you may be like a fish out of water if you're a very emotional person, and it may be that you just cannot figure out what's going on emotionally, and you might just have to focus a little bit on the intellectual side and maybe where those emotions are coming from, how they are impacting your life, what you can do about creating a balance in your life. And there's another energy that's coming from that. It feels like there's a need to start journaling now as well. And journaling's always good, but there's a sense of journal, and then you can bring this new energy up and out and into your future. And September feels like it's going to be a little bit clearer, but August, this energy is still going on. All right then, so let's get started on the crystals for your star sign. Okay, Capricorn, you're in for an interesting month. So you have lots of blue going on. This is a piece of blue aragonite, and this went into your second house. With this, helps you to empathize with others. It's a stone of hope, and it's also a de-stressing stone. So in your second house, this is very much about your self-worth and how you view your possessions. It's how you kind of hold on to them. So with this blue stone, you know, blue is a color of control, but this is kind of blue going into white. So it's almost a sense of you throwing things out this month. You're getting rid of stuff, things you don't need anymore. And you're having a big, it's like a spring clean in July. So there is just a sense of everything around you that you don't need anymore. You're starting to get rid of it. That's part of this blue. But blue is also about creativity. It's about communication. It's about rejection as well. So this is saying that you are possibly rejecting a habit, and it could be that you've been storing stuff up. Now, I'm thinking of it as physical stuff, but this could be storing up emotional stuff. It could be mental stuff as well. Whatever it is, you are having a bit of a spring clean this month. I feel that, as soon as you do that, there is a sense of freedom that comes into your life, and it's almost like you can breathe as well. So it feels much better for you. Then the next stone that came up is aquamarine. This is a really pretty piece of aquamarine. So with aquamarine, this releases disharmony. It helps you to go with the flow, obviously, because it's got that marine, it's got that water energy that goes with it. Gives you clarity and gives you courage as well. It helps you to sail the high seas, so to speak. This went into your third house. Your third house is about communication. What color is communication? Blue. So with this blue energy, it's saying that you are hot to trot this month when it comes to being clear, having clarity, talking to people. Everybody's going to want to be with you. You're going to get invitations right, left and center, lots of opportunities that are coming up for you. And there's almost a sense of maybe organizing trips and travel, and there's a connection with water with those trips and travel as well. So it could be, cruises, canal boats, sailing, etc. I also feel that with this, it's saying that you are going to pass the test. It needs to be said. That's what pops into my head. You're going to pass the test. It's going to be okay. I also feel that there's something that isn't working or it hasn't worked, and you're finally going to let go of that because you're not achieving anything. So you're going to let that go. Okay, so then the final stone is this piece of black tourmaline. This went into your 10th house. Your 10th house is about your reputation. It's how people see you. You're in the public eye. It's your career. It's your job, etc. This has a little some pieces of mica at the back here. So I feel with this that it's saying that you are getting down and you're working hard. This is a month where you have to, it's almost like halfway through a year, you've got to achieve something so that then it's plain sailing for the rest of the year. I also feel that there is, somebody's leaving your environment in your job, and you could well be up for a promotion, or there's a link with you and an opportunity around career improvement. I'm just feeling if there's anything else. I feel into the stone if it's got anything else to tell me. And I'm being told solid foundations. It's almost like everybody has, not everybody, but many people can have doubts about their career right now. And this is telling me it's okay. There are solid foundations. All right then. So the bead that came up is blue. So we have blue, blue, and blue. So isn't that interesting? And of course the blue is about, again, that communication. But to me it is saying that you're going to be really creative, very imaginative. Whatever it is you have dreamt of, this can come into your life right now. But also I feel that you're mixing more. You're mixing more with your work colleagues. There's more conversations. There's more camaraderie as well that comes with this particular stone. Then the card that comes up is the Hierophant. So take a look at that and ask yourself, see if there's anything in the card that you're most attracted to. Then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? So when I look at this card, I see this little piece of moon that's here. It's almost like an eclipse. You know, there is a sense of something that is above it, and yet it's not quite above it. It's almost like it's just slightly eclipsed, and so that moon is open. But not quite open. It appears to be open, but it's not totally open, if you know what I mean. So the moon is an emotional state. The Hierophant is linking to family. It's linking to traditional things like your job, your education, food, that kind of thing. So I feel with this that it's almost as if you are, again, you're going to be clearing something out around that. And it's almost like it's just the tip of the iceberg for you. There is more to come. There is more clearing out to be done. I feel like you're going to get help as well. So there's a sense of somebody that's going to assist you with that, assist you with the clearing out, assist you with just getting rid of things that just don't serve you anymore. And as I look at this, I see these pillars and the columns, and again, I am reminded that you have strong foundations and not to worry. Okay, that's it for this month's Astrocolorscope. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do remember to grab my free colour kit at bit.ly/colour kit. And also remember that I do different kinds of readings on my website, sealwithlove.com. I offer crystal gem readings and card readings and soul guidance and all kinds of different things. Plus, I have a store.sealwithlove.com, where I offer all kinds of different jewelry. This bracelet and necklace and rings and lots of meditations and books, of course, etc. So I look forward to seeing you very soon. Do check out my other oracles, the Crystalscope and the Colorscope. Lots of coloricious blessings to you. Bye!